to the phone lines we stay for now. Lisa, good morning.
Morning, Neil. How are you today?
I'm good. And so from the Mercy over to the CUH, what have you got for me?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to really ring and to thank all the staff that looked after my father. He was a patient in 4B. He was there for 4 months, and he was under a lovely doctor called Mr. Fulton. He's a vascular doctor in the CUH. All his team were just fantastic to my father. He actually had 6 surgeries while he was there for the 4 months. He was a very complicated patient.
He was a very sick man.
He was a very sick man indeed, yes. And, Mr. Fulton, he just really went beyond and above for my father. Like, he saved his leg. We thought each time he went in for another surgery, we were like, there we go. His leg is going to go this time. And Mr. Fulton actually came on the phone to my sister, and he said, I don't like anything to defeat me. He said, and I'm sure not going to let your dad's leg defeat me.
I love that kind of attitude, don't you?
And you know what? Like, I just said, there's enough of negativity going around with this COVID and things. It's lovely to be able to thank people. I mean, the nurses in 4B were just fantastic to my dad. One in particular, Joanne, she's calling him since he came home from hospital. She went across to Wilton and she bought him a pair of slippers one day. She bought him goodies. She offered to do his laundry for him.
God,
the last surgery my dad had, Neil, like, he was down in the recovery. My brother and his wife, Katie, just had a newborn baby. And my dad, when he woke up, the first question he asked the nurse, is there any word? Has there been a baby born yet? So the nurse kindly rang my sister, and my sister said, yes, a baby boy, his name is Baby Finlay, all is well. The nurse then rang from her own mobile phone so that Dad could congratulate my brother. And she also said, could you send on a picture to my phone and I can show it to your dad? I mean, it's just incredible. And my dad was actually transferred back up to the ward 4B the following morning. And the nurse arrived, we didn't get her name, but she arrived up to the ward to my dad with a picture frame, with a picture of baby Finlay in
she got it framed.
Frame, just so he could have it on his locker. I mean, like, we just couldn't get over this. Like, it was just, every single person he met in the hospital were just fantastic.
You see, that's a typical example of how nursing is an awful lot more than just a job. There's nothing wrong with the job, but there's a lot of passion involved in it, going above and beyond.
It's not even the nurses, it's the cleaners and the carers. He mentioned Denisa, one of the girls. She was, I think, a Polish girl working up there. They were all fantastic to him. The doctors, one of the lady doctors under Mr. Fulton, she came in one of the days with a box of biscuits to my dad. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
unbelievable. I'm back again still with the nurse going across to Wilton to buy slippers, to be honest with you. I think that's lovely.
I know, and she's still in contact with my dad. She's rang him 3 or 4 times and things like that.
So here we have an example of all of those in the hospital being ultra kind, but taking it personally. You know what I mean? It's personal to them.
And Neil, may I add, he wasn't a private patient. He's a public patient. Do you know what I mean? He got all this care, because someone might think, oh yeah, he's private, but he was actually a public patient. So it just goes to show, do you know what I mean?
The easier option would have been to amputate, but look at everything they did, and look at him now. He's home, so you're telling me, and he's recovering.
He's home, and my dad went through so much. He actually said on several occasions, he said, just take my leg, doctor, take my leg, take my leg.
Away.
I just want to be at home. He was in hospital for Christmas in a room by himself.
You're lucky now the surgeons didn't listen to him, isn't he?
Oh my God, like, we can't thank the surgeons and everyone that met my dad for the whole 4 months that he was in the hospital. They were all fantastic.
Unreal.
I hope I didn't leave anybody else.
Unreal. Well, let's include everybody and anybody, because that's just a typical example of the work that goes on that we don't know anything about, We don't know.
And the nurses, they did guard of honour when my dad was leaving the hospital. Do you know what I mean? It's just incredible. Yeah.
What a story. Well said. Well done.
We can't thank them enough. We really, really can't.
Well, this gesture is one way of doing it, and I appreciate you sharing that very uplifting story. Well done, Lisa, and regards to your dad. Wish him the best.
Thank you very much for taking my call.